number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Welcome to Spotlight on the Arts. I'm Patrick Cristiano, your host, the publisher of TheaterLife.com, a website for theater buffs in New York City and the Hamptons, and we cover Broadway and off-Broadway theater. And I'm coming to you from the LTV studio in Wainscott, where I have a really special guest today, my friend, Christina Strassfield, the museum director and curator of Guildhall. Welcome, Christina.
Patrick, thanks so much for having me. It's such a pleasure always talking with you.
Oh, it's always wonderful to see you. We've already got warmed up, too.
We did. We did.
So we can launch right in. Christina is going to talk about the Guildhall season, and we're going to talk just a little bit about the members exhibition that just about going to close. It's tell us what happens in the members.
Sure. The members, it's our 81st year of our annual members exhibition, and this year we had 430 artists in the show, which is not a record, believe it or not, but it was just a great opportunity to showcase artists from the Hamptons.
Can everybody be in it that wants to?
Anyone who is a member of Guildhall and will pay the fee, which is a minor fee, gets to be in it because it's the oldest running non-juried exhibition on Long Island. And so the only thing is we have restrictions in terms of size because we have so many pieces. So for two-dimensional work, it's 24 by 24.
We talked about this before. I'm sorry, but you hang it, right?
I actually lay everything out, 430 pieces.
You blow my mind how you're able to put all those pieces in and let them relate to each other. It's brilliant.
Thank you for saying that. That is something I think that after all these years of putting the show together, it's just come second nature to me. But I really want each piece to sing on its own and to really have a special place. So we really try to mix it up. We mix up the photography and the paintings and pastels and drawings and just have the room have a really wonderful flow to it so that each person who walks in, their work looks special and then the whole exhibition looks special.
And you do it. You execute tremendously.
But
I interrupted you. We're talking about the sizes of the paintings.
Sizes are 24 by 24 for two-dimensional work, and for sculpture, it's 30 inches high by 20 by 20. So those are the only restrictions that we have. Everything that is brought in gets included in the show.
Unfortunately, this show will come down before we air, probably because the show closes this
Saturday.
So this is the last week.
So
it will be before we air. But we had my next guest is Michael Longacre, who was one of the members in the exhibit. We have one of his pieces. I just wanted to show it to our guests.
Absolutely.
Could we do
Michael's
that?
work is a wonderful piece, and it's so funny because we have these talks that we give called Curator's Choice. And last year, Michael's piece was one of my curator's choices. I felt like it was really such an interesting piece. I love the quality of it. It has sort of a pop art feel to it. And when you're looking at it, there's like a little bit of something a little sinister. There's a boat on the horizon. What is this little float doing in the middle of the ocean? So there's a lot of give and play there with his work. And I really like that. To me, that's intriguing. What's the story behind it? So it's kind of wonderful. And I look forward to hearing your program with Michael and learning a little bit more. Because I was just talking about it from a personal perspective. I came into the gallery out of the 400 and some odd pieces that were there. That was one that attracted me.
I love that coincidence happened like that. And then he's going to be the guest next.
Absolutely.
So, what's the next show after this?
We've got some great lineups. For our spring show, we're going to be showing two wonderful artists. Christine Strassfield is in an exhibition called Phosphine Dreams, and the show is going to open on April 20th, and it's going to run with an artist named Young Jake. But this is an image of Christine Strassfield's work, and what's wonderful about it is that she uses light. Light is her source of her artistic source, and there's fabric that she puts in the room, and then there's projections on the fabric, and you walk into it.
Is all this projected onto fabric?
Onto fabric.
So this piece is on fabric?
On fabric, absolutely. This was at a previous installation. She is going to have the whole Woodhouse Gallery where she's creating her own site-specific installation for our show, which she's designing at the moment. And it's exciting because you feel like you're walking into a dream.
So it's going to be all brand new work?
all brand new work.
Oh, wow.
You look like you're walking into a dream. It is sort of floating around you. You're going to be able to walk in and out of it. She's talking about having a little bit of music. That she's not 100% sure yet. But I think when you see it, you're going to be blown away because it's something that's really unique. I mean, we've done light shows with Dan Flavin, and we've done Keith Saunier. We've shown his work. But this is a very soft, and I think the word ethereal always works for me when you're thinking of her work because you get absorbed in it. It's sensuous, it's inviting, and it's something that you will really remember.
Wow.
It's going to be a very, very
And
exciting
April
show.
20th is the opening for that.
Yes,
and
that
do you know
is.
the date? Just the closing date.
The closing date is going to be May 27th, so that is Memorial Day weekend. So it'll run through Memorial Day weekend, and Christine is actually going to give a special talk on Saturday, May 4th from 2 to 4 p.m.
Oh, how lovely.
And I think you're going to get to see, she's going to show us some images of other exhibitions that she's done. She did a major exhibition in Europe at a church, and she also has her largest installation currently is at Indiana University. So she's going to talk about some of those projects as well and sort of her process. So I think people would really
I
enjoy
look
that.
forward to seeing. What's that date again? May
That's
4th?
going to be May 4th from 2 to 4 p.m.
At Guildhall.
At Guildhall.
That sounds like a great one to take part in. yeah.
Absolutely. I really
Wow.
encourage people to sign up because there's going to sign up. It's going to be going up, I think today, actually, April 1st, today. So please do.
And the other gallery?
In the other gallery, we're going to have Young Jake, and he is an amazing artist. His show is called Young
Is
Jake
this
Cartoons.
Young Jake?
Yes.
Now, what
and
is this? Is it on paper?
This is actually a stopgap animation. This was a little animation that he did when he was very young, and he's transformed this figure, and this figure is going to now have a part in sort of a larger video production that he is doing. He's a multi-platform artist. He's probably best known for his emoji portraits that he's done of celebrities and people. He also does these combines,
Wow.
which he takes characters from pop art and from cartoons, and he manipulates them and places them on metal, sort of metal canvases, which are really exciting. He also he raps. He does his own emojis. He does his own apps.
He raps too?
He does it all. He does it all. So
his name is Young Jake. Is he young?
Young Jake. He is young. He's under 30 years old. So I think it's going to be very exciting to see what he does. He's actually building a special race car platform in our galleries. It's really going to be something that everyone really is going to have to come and see and participate. And this is just a little teaser. That little drawing was just a little bit of a teaser.
Based on
for you to
everything
see
you
it.
told me, it really was very much of a tease.
But we are also going to be having a talk with Young Jake on May 5th from 2 to 4 p.m.
That's Sunday, then.
And that's a Sunday. And Catherine McMahon from Art News, along with his brother and the gallerist out here, Tripoli Patterson, are going to have a wonderful conversation about his work and sort of how it places within contemporary art.
Wow, it sounds like a really exciting show.
It's going to be a really exciting
Now remind
time.
everyone, because last time people learned, they didn't know that you could go to Guildhall. You don't have to pay. Anybody
Absolutely.
can just go to Guildhall and see this. So the hours again of Guildhall?
We are going to be open on our, the summertime we open, come July 4th, we open 7 days a week from noon to 5. And then the other part of the year we are open Monday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11 to 5, and Sunday from noon to 5. And it's free admission through Bridgehampton National Bank and Landscape Designs. So you can come as often as you want and bring as many people as you want.
And if you can't remember everything she said, it's guildhall.org. You can find all this information and all their exhibitions, what's coming up, all the stuff that Christina is talking about. So now, after that,
we have a wonderful artist.
It opens when?
And opening June 8th, going through July 21st, is Tony Ursler, Water Memories. And Tony Ursler this is a great shot. This was just from his recent public art exhibition in New York City, which was projected
these are
on the
photographs.
pier. This is a photograph
Right.
of his projections on the pier
Oh.
in the city. And this was up for the month of October. It's called Tears of a Cloud. And what he did
What was it called again?
Tears of a Cloud.
Tears of a Cloud.
And there were projections on the structure there, on the pier, on the water, on trees, it was something to be seen. I have to tell you,
So
it was
will he
really
be doing
something
projections?
He's going to be doing projections at Guildhall, but the projections are going to be doing at Guildhall are going to be a little bit different, and we're kind of excited about that because he's coming up with some new techniques. One of the techniques he's going to be projecting on smoke. So he's going to be creating like a fog, and he's going to be actually projecting on the fog with a screen. So we're really, really excited about that.
Whoa.
And he's done all these tests. We know it can work. And actually,
Has he ever done it before?
He hasn't done it before. Ours is going to be the premier spot to show this.
Oh, how
so
scary.
we are
excited,
so
really.
excited because, again, he's such a leader, he's such an innovator in his field, and he's been doing exciting things. And we're really excited. When I talked to him, I said, we want to have a show with you. And he's like, okay, but I want to do something different. I was like, we're on board for it. So we're really thrilled with that. Yeah. And I think we have another picture of one of the bots. Can we show that one as well? That's it. He's creating these hand-blown glass items. And within the hand-blown glass items, if we go to the next slide, which is a close-up, you'll see that there's little mini cameras there.
Oh, wow.
And so we have projections within the glass bot, or as he calls them, but within the
they're mini
blown glass.
projections, though.
They're mini projections.
Whoa.
So it's really going to be a kind of a very funky, a little eerie, a little mysterious, thrown all together, and we're really thrilled about them. And he's having them blown right now. He's working with the glass blowers and all the technology that's involved in this. It's quite intense, but it's really going to make the most amazing exhibition for us at Guildhall. Something that we've never done before, and I love to do something like that. I always want to challenge
You like to
the
push
audiences.
the envelope.
Yes, we want to push the envelope.
You're
and
good at it.
We want to show. We want to have everyone to have that kind of experience, because you may not get to see this in the city. You may not get to go elsewhere. So we're bringing it to you here. And these are all artists who have a connection to our area, because that's our mission. It always has to have a connection to our area. And Tony has been on the North Fork. He's a North Fork artist for over 25 years. So it's a great opportunity to show his work here at Guildhall.
How cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That show, I can't wait.
I know. I think it's going to be exciting.
I mean, both
to
these
have-
shows sound really exciting. I mean,
Yeah.
what a wonderful season to look forward to.
It's
And then
something
we have
different.
more coming. So
We do.
There's two
The
more
next
shows,
show
right?
the next show we have is the Ugo Rondinoni show, and that is called Ugo Rondinoni. And his show is called Sunny Days. Now, here's one of the pieces that we have. And Ugo is a Swiss-born artist. This is an oil on canvas, yes. He's a Swiss-born artist. And I think you might know the 7 Magic Mountains, which are these multicolored stones that are in the desert in Las Vegas. They got a lot of play in the art world.
Them, yes.
They've been on the cover of every art magazine. I think everyone was just taking portraits, Instagrams with them. So Ugo has had a major show in the city. He had a show which was dedicated to his partner called I Love John Giorno, which was 13 different venues in New York City, showed his work 2 years ago. And I approached him as well about saying that we wanted to work with him. And he said that he wanted to do something uplifting, because he felt like what was happening in our society today was kind of a little sad, a little scary. We didn't know what's going on. And he felt like the sun for him is such a metaphor of positive energy, rebirth, regeneration. And he wanted it to be an upbeat show. So he started talking about those particular paintings that he's done over the years. He's done them for about 10 years. And he's assembled that group together. And when you look at them, when you're a kid and you're lying down in the field and you're looking up at the sun and there's a haziness that you see, that's the kind of feeling that you get when you look at these paintings. And you're going to be in a room surrounded by 8 of them, and they really sort of mesmerize you. You're in this Zen space when you're looking at them.
All the pieces already?
We've selected those pieces, so they're all ready to go.
So have you done all the selection of all the pieces?
We're working with the artists,
but for all the shows, are they all selected? You're still in the process?
Absolutely, no, they're all selected. Everything is formulated.
Because I'm just amazed at how far ahead you...
We always have to plan at least a year and a half to 2 years. Usually it's about 2 years ahead of time, because you need to have everything kind of set up so that you can get your funding, that you can get your loans, everything that has to fall into place. So it works. You have to work that far in advance. Sometimes it's a little hard because you may lose a little spontaneity, but I think in the long run, with all the moving parts, you need to have that.
I don't think you ever lose spontaneity.
Oh, that's so sweet. That is so
but
sweet.
I digress on you. I'm sorry. You were
No,
still
that's
talking
okay.
about him a little bit.
So the show is going to be 3 parts. So we have the paintings in one gallery, in the Woodhouse Gallery, and then we have the most amazing sculptures. If we can see the sculpture.
Yeah.
This is a piece now.
These are his too?
These are his too. Now, I think we have to escape to this because this is at Versailles. Can we run there? I think it's just amazing. He's created these large-scale, they're vines, and then the vines are cast in bronze, and then from there they are gilded. So this was in an exhibition at Versailles, and I just thought, is that a magical picture that you just want to walk there and just be there? So we're going to have about 8 of these, and they're going to be hanging from the ceiling of the Moran Gallery, and you're going to be able to walk in between them and around them, and it's going to be really sort of an environment, a wonderful environment. Again, very uplifting, because when you see them, there's an energy about them, that circle, that gold, the nubbiness of the vine, all of that together.
I believe everything is about energy.
Absolutely.
I really do.
Absolutely. So I'm excited about that. I'm really, really excited about that.
And good vibes already.
Absolutely, and that's what we need. We always need good vibes. And I tell you, Ugo's the kind of artist who has a lot of, you feel it. You feel his positive energy when he talks about the show, and we were looking at all these different things. I just was so excited about the process. And to go one step further with it, he has decided that in our Spiga gallery, we have one more picture, I believe, to show you.
One more picture of his work.
Yeah. These are pictures that were done by children. And he's asked children from a number of our local schools, I think it's from Bridgehampton all the way to Montauk, Springs and the private schools, to actually create images of the sun. And what we're going to do is we're going to hang these images from floor to ceiling in the Spiga Gallery. But he's done this in Poland, in Russia, in Mexico. He's done it all over. And what's wonderful about it is that he's saved some of those images that were done by children from all over, and he's brought them. So those children's artwork, along with our children's artwork, is going to create this amazing environment.
But you can have worldwide images from children of the sun.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Isn't it wonderful? I love that. And so again, then our children's work will go probably to another venue and will be shown again at a later point somewhere else, just as the children in Mexico and Poland and Russia, their work will be here with us. And then we're going to invite all the young children to come for a closing party with Ugo to see their work, because the show's going to open in August.
Do you have the date on that?
Yes, but the show's going to open August 10th, and it's going to run through the Hamptons Film Festival August 14th. So, of course, the children will be off from school, so it'll be a little harder to get them all together. We'll invite them anyway, but we want them to have a special opening with him so that he can talk about this exhibition and what it means to him. And he's done a little video inviting the children to participate in this wonderful project with him. So isn't that special?
It's
so
really
wonderful opportunity, life-effacing, life-invigorating, all positive stuff, and all exciting stuff for us here at Guildhall.
Yeah, that's good. And then you'll have another show after that, do you?
After that, we're going to have the show that we're going to be having is we're going to have a selection from our permanent collection, and that's going to be an abstract expressionist show.
When will that open?
That's going to open October, the end of October, and that's going to run all the way through the end of the year.
So how long will your show be up?
The other show is going to be up until October 14th.
So it opens August.
It opens in August and runs through October 14th.
And then this show comes up how?
And that show will open at the end of October and will run through the end of December.
And these are going to be from your permanent collection?
From our permanent collection. That's very exciting for us because we've just gotten a grant from the Robert David Lyon Gardner Foundation, and we have digitized. We have 2,500 works in the permanent collection by artists who live and work in the area. And Jess Frost, who's the associate curator for the permanent collection, has organized all of this process. And you can go to Guildhall on our website right now, and you can search by the artist's name, and you can find artwork from our collection.
How many pieces do you people have?
About 2,500 pieces.
Wow.
Great things. And through that, Joan Marder, who's the guest curator, will come in, and she will she has already made the selection of abstract expressionist works from our collection, and it's called Abstract Expressionism Revisited, which we're really excited about. So again, there's full circle. We like to do a little bit of everything. We want to have, whether it's, the Christine Schuley light art, the emoji art from young Jake. We're going to have the Tony Ursler, his work, the bots, and the projection. We have Ugo's sons coming forward with that great energy. And then we have traditional abstract expressionist work from our collection, de Kooning, Pollock, Lee Krasner, all of those wonderful artists. Actually, we're going over the list today. Actually, on Wednesday, I'm going to be going over the list with her to see what the final selection is, because she's the guest curator.
What have you narrowed narrowed it down to?
I know that Pollock is in it. I know that de Kooning. I know that Krasner are in it.
Have you decided which images, or you just decided?
She's decided which images because she's the curator for that exhibition.
Okay, so you've picked these images and you're going to cull them down? Is that
Yes,
what
we're
you're
probably
doing?
going to cull them down just to make sure that they fit in the space the way we want them to be, and to give them enough space all around.
But we will have a de Kooning, and we will have.
We will have those.
we will
How
have a
could we leave
Pollock.
out all these wonderful people who are our
Who else
forefathers?
do you think we might get?
I'm sure we probably get an Ibram Lassa, probably James Brooks, I would imagine, Philip Pavia, all of those people who were so important. And I feel so very lucky because when I first came to Guildhall in 1987, they were all older, but I got to meet a lot of them. I didn't get to meet Pollock, obviously he was deceased, but I got to meet a lot of I got to meet
Kooning was
Alfonso
still there, right?
Osorio.
Did you meet him?
I didn't meet him, unfortunately. We did do 2 shows with de Kooning. We said we celebrated his 90th birthday in a show that we did, but I didn't get to meet him, unfortunately. But I did get to meet Alfonso Osorio, and so it was
was
a
he
great
like?
opportunity. Oh my God, amazing
Did you go to the
artist.
house?
We
Like
got
the
to go to
Creek-
the
you've been to the
house. We
Creeks
got to the
too?
Creeks. It was amazing.
What year did you go to the Creeks?
It was probably like 1988 probably.
Wow.
And it was amazing to see all his trees and his property, and the house was all painted black on the outside, and just I would love to see it now. So if
But the
Ron
artwork
Pullman
was
wants to
pretty-
invite me over, I'd love to see what it looks like.
you haven't been there since Perlman's.
I haven't been there, but
bought
I'd
it.
love to see it. I'd love to see it because again, the property was so beautiful, and his sculptures were scattered all around the property. So it was really
That was what was
exciting.
really extraordinary about that property, the way the sculptures were
Sculptured
just,
all the trees. He had all those special landscape specimens that were worth millions of dollars. So I'm wondering how much of that is left. So it'll be fascinating to see
it's a
sometime.
whole nother era, isn't it, in
It
the art
is,
world?
it is. But what's wonderful about the East End and where we are is that generation after generation, artists keep coming and they keep invigorating the area. And I think our artist in residency program is also part of that. We're bringing in young artists, and they're engaging in our community and, bringing something different and exciting and sharing their knowledge. And, we're sharing what we have with them.
Well, the history that we have in terms of the artistic community draws the people to come here, and then the light is extraordinary.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, it's why I'm not, a painter, like a visual artist like that, but I've always appreciated it, didn't you?
Absolutely. When I first came to Guildhall, I remember seeing my first Jane Wilson painting and seeing these amazing colors, and I was like, those aren't real colors. But when you're out here, you see those colors. And I said every time, sometimes I'll see that purple in the sky. I was like, this is a Jane Wilson sky. This is exactly what she saw, and this is what she painted. And so it's such a pleasure to live out here and be close to the water and the sand. And, year round, we're out here and we're enjoying every minute of it, not just the summer. I think we're smart, not just the summer.
We're lucky. And it was great seeing you at the Guildhall Gala at the award ceremony.
Wasn't that a wonderful evening?
That was a very special evening. I had a wonderful time. My friend Bob Colacello was honored, and he took me as his guest, so it was really cool to go as somebody's guest instead of just working. It was a different insight into the whole experience.
And Bob was so wonderful. He got up there and spoke so spontaneously. We were all blown away by his comments. Such a sweetheart. And Alice Aycock and Carter Burwell and Patty Kenner, who was the Philanthropy Award. So all are so well deserving.
Yeah,
Really.
the whole crew was lovely, and I love going to the Rainbow Room. It's one of my favorite places in the whole world. I mean, and that we get to start, cocktail hour just before the sun sets, so you have this view of all over Manhattan. Then the sun is setting in your background. It's just, it's divine.
You can't beat it. You can't beat it.
No, you can't beat it.
Can't beat it at all.
So we'll look forward to the first show coming up.
Absolutely.
And
just go to our website, www.guildhall.org. All the exhibitions are listed. You can pre-register for any of the special programs that you want. And also, I believe that all the theater programs are up as of today, April 1st. So it's a great opportunity for you to just take a browser and see what's coming up in our season.
Wow. I think, we have a couple of minutes left. If there's something else you want to talk about, we got it all fit in.
We got it all fit in with the time, because you know how fast I talk. Well, I think it's just wonderful, and I really encourage everyone, if they can, to go on our website, really, to take a look at what's in our permanent collection. I really would like to stress that, because the grant was so special.
Is it very easy to do?
It's very easy. You just go onto the website and look under permanent collection, and you'll be able to find the link there. Then all the artists are listed alphabetically, so all you do is,
So if you don't even know the artist, you can just scan through all of the artists?
Absolutely, you can scan through all the artists, and now we don't have images of everything up yet, but we will pretty soon. By the end of the year, I would imagine we're going to have everything up. But I would say we have a large portion of the works that you're going to want to see up right now. So it gives you a chance to see. And we just had a curator from a museum who was hoping to borrow one piece of art, but that piece is already on loan to someone else. And I said to him, go on the website, take a look, and see if there's something else that you want. He went on the website, literally within 10 minutes, he said, can we borrow this piece? And I said, absolutely. So it's a great opportunity for us.
How does it work when you want a piece?
Well, the artist, usually the museum will contact us, and we'll ask what the exhibition is, how long it is, make sure that their facilities are up to the standards that we want to lend to, and then loan papers are created, transportation records are done, and then it all comes together.
And do they have to pay you anything, or is this?
It depends on which the museum is. For our local museums within the Long Island, we usually like to lend things for free, and just because if we want to borrow something from them, we like to sort of help them out. We're all small museums, and we all have budgets that are not astronomical.
And what about the insurance? Is it your insurance that covers, or the?
Usually, it's the person who's borrowing. They borrow under their insurance policy. Yeah.
It's very interesting.
It is. It's a whole process. I think usually when people come in, they see an exhibition up, so they don't understand all the process that goes into creating it. But again, as we said, it's like a 2-year process often, getting the idea first accepted by our museum advisory committee, then going through all the processes of doing the research, finding out where the pieces are, what you're going to loan, what the theme is going to be, setting them into the gallery space in your mind, and setting going forward, creating the loan forms, getting the transportation ready, all of it. Well, and then finally the opening.
Thank you again. We've kind of filled them in on everything that's going to be happening. We have a really exciting season. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to come to the next show.
Oh, I want you to be there. I really do.
We'll be there for sure.
Terrific. Thank you so much.
So thank you again, Christina. And you may want to come back and talk about something as it's happening. I would love you to do that.
Absolutely. I would love to come back when I've got some photographs, more photographs of the pieces that are in the exhibitions to really fill you in on them more.
So it can really whet everybody's appetite.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love you.